Hi everyone, I'm ChadGallivanter. Welcome to the channel where I share travel tips and guides that won't waste your time. Ocali Country Days is a 2-day festival that happens every November in Florida's horse capital of Ocala. This event celebrates the Florida of yesteryear, a must-see for anyone who loves history, culture, music, and food. The festival started as a fundraiser for the Silver River Museum and Environmental Education Center in the late 1990s. It's grown a little every year to now be one of the most anticipated yearly events for locals, featuring everything from living history exhibits, historic displays, vendors, live music performances, lots of food, as well as arts and crafts. Ocali Country Days draws thousands of visitors every year who want to experience the charm and nostalgia of this area's past. So if you're ready to travel back in time to a simpler era, come along as I check out this amazing festival. Ocali Country Days, straight ahead.
If we had something we wanted to put outside, we wanted to waterproof it, we would use this. You know what this is?
Fat.
It's actually beeswax. And it doesn't smell too bad. Usually I get it hotter and then it really comes in everybody. But yeah, so it's beeswax, and when you put that on there, it puts a protective coating on it.
Waterproofs it.
It waterproofs it.
Go on.
It's good for about a year. Now I wouldn't really, don't touch that. I wouldn't use it on a nail, but that's just to demonstrate, you know, that you'd use it on, say, one of these hooks. But yeah, it was, so that's what that was used for. And of course, to start fires, we use flint.
You want to separate the alcohol and water in the still. Water boils at 212 degrees. Alcohol boils at 174. So you put a little fire in there, get it up to about 180 or so.
Separated.
And the vapor comes off, goes through the doubler, condenses down. That's usually in a bucket of water to cool it. And that cooling condenses that vapor back to a liquid, and you catch the liquid.
They didn't have paper or pencils or pens, but they had what they call slate boards. And the teacher would give them a word like cow, because we had cows here, and they would spell it. So that was their spelling. As far as math, and remember they had grades 1 through 8, they would give them math problems. They would do it on this. Books back then were really, really expensive.
And then I'm going to tell you, after I put some twists in this, I'm going to tell you to start walking. And when I tell you to do that, just hold the paddle straight up and down like that and just walk to the box. And then watch what happens on this side of the paddle, okay? But don't walk until I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, start walking.
Wow. Oh, cool.
Very good job.
Come on. Come on. Here we go.
I don't know, we probably had maybe 10 acres planted in cane, but he would go all over and get cane.
That's our cash crop. We could collect the cow that the Spanish left and bring them to the Gulf and sell them, and that's how we made our money. So we didn't eat very many cows.
We had segregated schools throughout Marion County. And sometimes we have students that never went to integrated schools. History is history, but we have to teach our children about all history and include them in all of the history. Good, bad, different, just include them. And it's our job, our responsibility, especially as students, to make sure our circle, if you see somebody that's bullying another kid or doing something bad to another kid just because they are different from you, could have a special need or whatever. You stick up, you say something, or you walk away, don't indulge. Adults, same thing. You have control of your circle and your environment. So wherever you go, you have the ability to say something. You don't have to, but you have the ability to say something. But this is something that we taught in integrated schools, segregated schools, that we have to say something. We have to teach all history to all students and all adults, because some people just don't know.
What you see here before you is an example of what a Civil War artillery encampment might look like. Now, prior to the American Civil War, the United States has a very small standing army. Okay? At the time these southern states attempt to secede, our president, can you, my young friends over here, help me out a little bit? Big hat, big beard, didn't have a good time at the theater.
Lincoln?
Very good. You asked a friend, didn't you? But that counts. So, good. President Abraham Lincoln will call for 75,000 volunteers for 90 days. He believes initially that this will be a short war. The fact of the matter is the war will last for 4 years, and 650,000 Americans will lose their lives during the Civil War. When you join the artillery, that's a long-range weapon. So they're going to put you on the safest spot on the battlefield. Do you guys know where the safest spot of the battlefield is? In the back. Okay? So because that was a long-range weapon, the cannons were generally kept, whenever possible, out of harm's way as much as possible. They've begun the loading process. The powder and shell would have been loaded in the muzzle. They've now taken a metal priming wire, inserted it into the vent, punctured the powder bag, inserted the friction primer, which is nothing but a mechanical match, and they will hook up the lanyard in order to fire the piece.
That's it, a look at Ocali Country Days in Ocala, Florida. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned something new. Leave a comment and tell me what your favorite part was. I'd love to hear from you. From Central Florida, I'm Chad. See you next time.